Hey everyone, this is Wes Fryer in Oklahoma City. It is Sunday, June the 6th, 2021, and tonight we're going to be having some shish kebabs. This is a family favorite. I'm actually going to do chicken as well as steak. I've got some top sirloin, and I'm going to be using two different kinds of marinades, and I gotta get the meat cut up and put into the Ziploc bag so it'll have a little time to marinate before we are ready to cook and prepare these. You know, if you do it overnight or even longer, it's better. I'm gonna do at least 30 minutes. I might be able to do an hour. But this is a really colorful dish. This is gonna be, you know, everything that we need is gonna be on these shish kebabs. And so let me show you kind of the supplies that we've got, and then I'll go ahead and prepare this, and I'll time lapse this part. All right, so I got some boneless chicken breasts, and I really like these Grill Mates. These are awesome marinades. They're so easy, and you just have to basically put in a little bit of oil, water, 3 tablespoons of oil, half a cup of water, 3 tablespoons of white vinegar, and then your chicken, and you're ready to go. So this Zesty herb is pretty good. I've had this a bunch of times. I'm going to try a different marinade with the top sirloin, so this is actually quite a bit. We're feeding a few extra people tonight. So I'm going to be using half a cup of sesame oil, half a cup of soy sauce, and then half a cup of honey. So I'm just going to mix those up together, and going to put that in the bag, and we're going to get that ready to go. Moose is going to be ready to supervise. He's got a new toy that he's been enjoying today. All right, and so lots of veggies makes this really colorful. I've got 2 different colors of bell peppers. Sometimes you can just go with green, but I like the colors. The zucchini is going to give us some greens in there, some squash, and I really like to do red onions, tomatoes, and then we're going to do pineapple. So this is a lot. So I'm going to get the meat prepared first, then I'm going to get that in the fridge to marinate, and then we'll get the, after that we'll be able to prepare the skewers. So we're going to do this on the smoker tonight. Actually, there's one more thing that I want to say, and that is, it is so important that you keep your chicken separate from everything else. I don't have actually any wooden cutting boards. All of mine are like plastic synthetic, but I'm going to use a separate cutting board and a separate knife, and just keep the chicken completely apart from everything else. I've actually had salmonella before. We had a outbreak of salmonella poisoning my freshman year at the Air Force Academy during basic training. It was not fun, although it was nice to have a break from training. So anyway, I wasn't cooking, but I experienced it, and you got to make sure that you keep that chicken separate. So safety tip, word to the wise. So we are going to be ready. Obviously, there's a lot of bowls that end up getting used. Good skewers are important to have ready. This is a little bit more than maybe we normally do. I don't know. We're going to have plenty. And what I basically do is I'm going to make the shish kebabs with all the meat, and once we run out of meat, I'll stop building shish kebabs. So anyway, I've guesstimated how much we'll have, and I'll do a pattern. So we'll do, a meat, an onion, a zucchini, a bell pepper, a tomato, a pineapple, and a squash, and then we'll repeat that. So sometimes I'll also season a little bit with some Italian dressing once the shish kebabs are made. And sometimes I'll also separate them, do meat ones, separate from the veggies. But I think I'm just going to do them all together tonight. All right, so I have been loving the RecTeq. I think I've had it for, a month or so now. And I love the cover, you know, keeping it all protected. I'm in the habit of getting everything all cleaned out every time after I finish a cook, and fill up the hopper with pellets so it's all ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing ready to go, and I think I'm gonna be cooking at 300 degrees. So here we go. All right, the smoker is preheated. Moose is excited. The meats have had a chance to marinate for about probably about an hour, and I'm gonna actually be cooking at 230. I looked up a different recipe. Hey, Moose! No, honey, no. And probably cooking for about an hour, so I think I'll flip after 30 minutes. And I'm thinking it's gonna be probably about 30 minutes aside. And anyway, time to build the shish kebabs and get these things on the smoker. They are done. Took about an hour at 240, but the temperature wasn't quite at 160, 165 on the chicken, so think about turn it up to 400 and cooked it for about 4 minutes. We probably cooked about an hour and 15 minutes, and just had to make sure we got the chicken up to 165. Delicious.